We're now going to look at how to perform a backup in Windows 10. Here you can see I've got a documents folder with a couple of files in and a few folders. I want this stuff backed up because I don't want my machine to crash and the hard disk to fail and me to lose what I'm hoping is important data. So I swipe right and click on All Settings. Once I get there, I look at Update and Security and I find Backup. Now, if you haven't done any backup before, you will need to add a drive in order to back up. It doesn't make any sense, of course, to back up to the same machine, because if the machine fails, you lose the material. So I click on Add Drive, and then we can add, it will search for available external drives. When it finds the external drive, we'll be able to link that to the backup. It's now found the Kingston D drive. I've got 8 gig of memory on this USB. You might want a slightly bigger drive than that. So I select D as my backup, and automatically Backup My Files comes on. And I click on More Options. This tells me when I might want to back up my files. I prefer a daily backup if possible. You can keep your files forever, and then all the folders that are going to be backed up are here. Now, I don't want all of these, so for the moment I'm going to remove some of the files, and all I really want to do is to keep the folder My Documents, so I'm taking all the rest away. You, of course, will know hopefully where your data is and what's important. I certainly don't want all my OneDrive backed up because it won't fit onto the 8 gig that I'm using. I don't need my desktop. For this purpose, all I'm going to do is documents. So it takes a few minutes for me to decide which files I want to take off, and of course you can add your own folders as well by clicking on the Add Folder option. Once I've taken off the files that I don't want backed up, quite like my pictures backed up, but for this purpose I'm going to remove them so that all we get backed up are the documents. There we go. And we can actually perform a backup right now. Here we go. The backup might take a few moments as it just searches round and decides what it needs to back up. Once the backup is performed, you will probably find the files on your USB stick. And we'll look at that in the next task when we try to restore some of our data.